Ah, regret, the bill that life hands you when you dine on deceit, manipulation, and arrogance. And oh, this year it's their turn to pick up the tab. They thought they could walk through life, stomping on hearts, taking love for granted, as if it were their birthright. But now, the clock has struck midnight on their games, and the price is due. That price, my dear friends, is regret. A cruel, relentless tormentor that whispers you had it all, and you let it slip away. They thought you'd always be there, didn't they? Like some constant, unshakable presence they could rely on, no matter how badly they treated you. They mistook your kindness for weakness, your patience for passivity. But you weren't a doormat, you were a storm waiting to unleash your power. And now, as they sit in the rubble of their own making, they realize the magnitude of what they've lost. Regret isn't a gentle companion. No, it's a vicious beast that gnaws at the mind, replaying every wrong move, every cruel word, every selfish act. They'll lie awake at night, haunted by the echoes of what could have been. And the more they try to escape it, the louder it will roar. That's their reality now, a perpetual prison of their own creation. You see, people like them don't appreciate what they have until it's gone. They only learn the value of gold when it turns to dust in their hands. And you were pure gold, a rare gem in a sea of mediocrity. But they were too blind, too arrogant, too self-absorbed to see it. Now they'll wander through life searching for something, anything that can compare to what they had with you. Spoiler alert, they'll never find it. Oh, they'll try to distract themselves. They'll dive into shallow relationships, superficial pleasures, anything to numb the pain of losing you. But no matter how hard they try, they won't be able to fill the void. Regret will be their shadow, following them everywhere they go, reminding them of their failure. What's truly poetic, though, is that they didn't just lose you, they lost the version of themselves they could have been with you. You were their mirror, showing them their potential, pushing them to be better. But instead of rising to the challenge, they chose to sink into their old habits. And now they'll never know what greatness they could have achieved by your side. This year will be different for you. It's the year you reclaim your power, your joy, your sense of self. While they drown in regret, you'll soar to heights they could never reach. You'll thrive, and your success will be the most delicious kind of revenge. Not that you need revenge, of course. Your existence, your happiness, your growth. That's punishment enough for people like them. Regret is a funny thing, isn't it? It doesn't just remind them of what they've lost, it forces them to confront who they really are. They'll have to face the cold, hard truth they were the villain in their own story. And that realization? It's a bitter pill to swallow. Let them sit with their regret. Let it marinate. Let it fester. Let it consume them. You don't owe them forgiveness, and you certainly don't owe them a second chance. They made their bed, and now they'll have to lie in it, a bed of regret, discomfort, and self-loathing. What's beautiful, though, is that you've emerged from this stronger, wiser, and more radiant than ever. You didn't let their betrayal define you, you used it as fuel to become the best version of yourself. And that's the real tragedy for them. They'll see the new you, the unstoppable, unapologetic you, and they'll know they had a front row seat to greatness and squandered it. So this year, as they stumble through their regret-laden existence, you'll walk tall, proud, and free. They'll hear of your victories, your joy, your light, and it will sting like salt in a wound. They'll want to reach out to beg for another chance, but their ego will hold them back. Or worse, they'll know deep down that they don't deserve another chance. They thought their absence would break you, didn't they? That you'd crumble under the weight of the void they left behind. Please
please take this short break from your video. We know how important the videos are to you. So all we ask from you is to support the channel by purchasing your special Inspire Network hoodie or Inspire Network coffee cup. Please enjoy the rest of the video.
But here's the truth: they're too blind to see their absence was your greatest blessing. It was the clearing of dead weight, the shedding of a toxic layer that no longer served you. While they wallow in regret, you've been busy building a life that's thriving without them. And oh, how that stings for someone who thought they were indispensable. Regret isn't something that announces itself gently. It barges in uninvited, making itself known in the quiet moments. And for them, those moments are now endless. The laughter they once shared with you has turned into an echo, haunting their memories. Every celebration they try to enjoy feels hollow, every achievement muted, because deep down they know it's you they wish they could share it with. This year they'll realize that no one else will ever see them the way you did. You saw through their facade, past their insecurities and bravado, and loved them for who they were. But they mistook that love for weakness, didn't they? They played games, and in the process they lost the only person who truly understood them. Now they're left with masks and mirrors, wondering if anyone will ever see the real them again. They'll try to act unbothered, of course, put on a show, plaster on a smile, and pretend their world isn't falling apart without you. But those who look closely will see the cracks, the forced laughter, the empty gaze, the sudden silences. Because no matter how much they fake it, regret has a way of showing itself. It's etched into their every action, their every word, a silent scream that only they can hear. What's deliciously ironic is that they'll encounter people just like themselves this year. People who will take them for granted, dismiss their worth, and leave them feeling used and unappreciated. And when that happens, they'll think of you. They'll finally understand the pain they put you through, the torment of being undervalued. Karma doesn't forget, my dear, and this year it has their name written all over it. They'll lie awake at night, scrolling through their memories like an old photo album. Every smile, every laugh, every tender moment they had with you will replay in their mind, not as a source of joy, but as a reminder of what they've lost. And as much as they'll want to reach out, their pride will stop them. That's the thing about regret: it's a chain that binds even the strongest egos. But let's not waste too much time on their misery. Let's talk about you, the phoenix who rose from the ashes of their betrayal. You've rebuilt yourself stronger and more resilient than ever. While they're stuck in the past, you're forging a future so bright it's blinding. You've learned to love yourself in ways they never could, and that's the real victory. Your growth will be their torment. Every step you take forward, every milestone you achieve will remind them of what they could have been a part of. They'll hear about your successes, see your glow, and realize they're the ones who held you back. And that realization, it will cut deeper than any words ever could. This year, their regrets will grow roots, intertwining with every aspect of their life. They'll find it impossible to escape the shadows of their mistakes. Even in moments of joy, there will be a nagging thought, a whisper in the back of their mind: you had it all, and you let it go. That whisper will grow louder with each passing day until it becomes a roar they can't ignore. What's poetic about their downfall is that it's entirely self-inflicted. They can't blame anyone but themselves for the pain they're feeling now. You didn't leave them, you liberated yourself. There's a difference, and that difference is what will haunt them. They'll realize you were never theirs to control, to manipulate, to take for granted. You were a blessing, a gift, and they squandered it. They'll seek comfort in others, of course, but it won't be the same. No one will love them the way you did. No one will tolerate their flaws, celebrate their victories, or stand by them the way you did. They'll search for you in every new connection, but all they'll find are pale imitations. and that's the curse they'll carry for the rest of their lives. Meanwhile, you'll continue to flourish. Your light will shine brighter with each passing day, illuminating the path for others who need it. You'll inspire, uplift, and heal not just yourself, but those around you. And every time they see or hear of you, it will be a reminder of what they lost. They'll try to convince themselves they're over it, but deep down, they'll know the truth. Regret is a cruel companion, and it's not one that leaves easily. It lingers, festers, grows. For them, it will become a constant presence, a shadow they can't outrun. And while they're consumed by it, you'll be out there living your best life, free from the chains they tried to place on you. Their regret won't just be about losing you, it will be about losing the version of themselves they could have been with you.